Hey, how's it going, everybody? It is Keith with Craps TX. Thank you for tuning in. We really appreciate it. If you don't mind, if you hit that thumbs up for us, helps us out with the algorithm. If you're not subscribed, please consider subscribing. Hit that bell for notifications. That way you'll be notified when another video comes out. So the video prior to this, I ran a system that I saw, or a strategy that I saw on Jacob. Wager Me This, that's his banner there. Jacob's channel. It was a half press. It was a $15 table playing 96 across, and then for every win he would take half the winning for that number and press up that number, or basically you can press up any number. You don't have to press the number that you hit. So if you'd like to, you can go back and watch that video. It'll probably also be linked at the end of this video. And you can kind of see the results that we had there. And what I also wanted to do that I'm sure he probably did on another video, but even while I was watching his video, I was like, well, what if we regress, when we start getting built up on some of these numbers out here, so we're not leaving a lot of money on the table should Big Red come. So what I'm going to do with this one is run the same $600 through, if we can make it through. Just depends on how these shooters go and if I can keep the video tight at 20, 25, 30 minutes. We're going to still half press whenever we hit a number, but once we get to a certain amount of green chips, or even a black chip. Last video we had a black chip out on the table on one of the box numbers. We're gonna take it down and regress, tell the dealer to take us back down to 96 across, and that way we can kind of rack some more of those winnings. So let's get started. We'll just talk it out as we go. $600 to start. I got 600 in black chips here. And we'll put that in our rack and get started. Let's get us some dice. Let's see, I always like the 8s, so let's get that square pair going there. And didn't know I was going to be a poet this morning, but there we go. 437, that's a frontline winner. We are not playing the pass or the don't pass, so that does not help or hurt us. 639. Again, if you want to shoot, yes, you can shoot. Just place your pass line bet. And just realize that you're going to be responsible for $15 or more should you play odds. But here we go. 639. Our point is 9. Let's get set up. Throw $100 in the come. Dealer, please set me up 96 across. He'll take that 100 and give you $4 in change. We'll rack that. We will use those. You'll see why here in a minute. And then we'll get set up 96 across. That is $15 on each number. $18 on the 6 and 8. 6 and 8 are increments of 6. All the other numbers are increments of 5. It's just because of the way they pay out, if you don't know that already. I kind of mention that pretty much every video that I do, but 4, 5, 9, and 10, they all pay like 9 to 5, 7 to 5. So you have to bet in increments of 5. Your 6 and 8 pay 7 to 6, so you have to bet in increments of 6. So just another quick little lesson, and now it gets redundant, but for those that haven't seen it before, it helps them out. Well, we're throwing dice before we're throwing dice. All right, so let's go. And we're knocking chips over. What do we got? We got a 2x4 6. That is going to be our first hit. 18 is going to pay 21. So stick with me here, and you'll see how this goes, just to kind of make it visually easy to remember. Pays $21. Half of that is 10, basically $12 if we're going to bump it up on that. We'll take $1 from our rack. There's 2. We'll take 2 red. That's $12. Add it to the 18. That is 30, and we'll clean that up by taking off 25 and replacing it, whoops, with only 1 green to make 30. $10 goes in our rack, and we've got our first little win there. All right, and right out the gate, second throw is a Cinco Dos Adios. All right, so in order to keep this kind of somewhat streamlined, since I can be long-winded at times, I'm just going to go ahead and set this up for 96. Just pretend that that's not there. We are out on this number. We're off. 7 out, obviously. So let's get us another set of dice. We'll get up set for shooter number 2 out of 6. And we'll get going. These are off, even if they were, I mean, they are out here obviously, but they're off. So we're just pretending they're not there at all. We've got a hard 4, a 2x2. All right, so the point is going to be 4. We'll take $100, throw it in the come. Dealer, please set me up 96 across. $4 change, and by some sort of voodoo magic, once again, we are set up already, 96 across. So let's go. Dice are out. 6-5, yo. No help in this particular strategy. 5, 3, 8. All right, so that was just the same as we did a while ago. 18, I'm sorry, pays 21. Let's throw $1 out of your rack. Let's take $12. Put it with the 18. We now have 30. And just to get that little stack tower of chips out of the way, we'll clean that up. Throw a green down and put the red cap on. And we've got 30. $10 goes in the rack. All right, shooter, let's go. Let's make it hot this time. 6, 2, 8. So that's a good hit. Right back on that 8. 30 pays 35. We're going to pay this in red and white, and you'll see why here. So there's 30, and there's 5. So half of that is 18 or 17. Obviously, 8 paid in increments of 6, or you bet in increments of 6. So we're going to take 18. So that's 3 white, 3 red. Put that up there. We now have 48 on the 8. That'll pay 56 should we hit. And then we have $17 to put in our rack. So you can see once some of these numbers start getting built up, obviously your payouts are a little higher and your place bets start getting a little higher. All right, we have a hard 6. So same thing. We got $21. Drop $1 from the rack. Take 12. Put that on there, make it 30. And let's make it look like 30, but in a neater fashion. There we go. $10 goes in the rack. Nice out. Hard 8. All right, so we're sticking on those 6 and 8s. That's not a bad thing. $48 on that. That is going to pay 56. Get it there. So 56. Let's see. So we have what, 48? We can bump up any other number really if we want to, or press up any other number, or we can go ahead and just stick with this 8 and press it up. That would be half of 56 is 28. Let's say 30. So we'll bump that up by 30. Put 26 in our rack, and let's get this cleaned up. That is 5 red. We'll swap that out for a green, and that is going to put us at 78. At some point, I'm going to have to figure out what 78 pays. Anyway, here we go. Dice are out. And now we got to... No, we don't have to figure it out just yet. Okay, so 30 pays 35. That is a 516, by the way, if you can't see that. 30 pays 35. We pay that out in 6 reds and 5 whites. We take 3 of the white and 3 of the red, $18, basically half of that 35. Place it on there, and we've got 48 on the 6 and 17 back in a rack. And I'm going to clean that up. I like to keep the singles kind of to a minimum. All right, dice are out. And 6-1, we are done for this particular shooter. We'll go ahead and take those down. We can get a quick, yeah, we really don't want to count what's left out there. We probably should have regressed. I was going to try for one more hit. It's always just one more, right? And we could have regressed on that. I don't know, what do we got? About 75, close to 100 out there. But let's see. Let's just keep on going. We've got 4 shooters left. Get us another set of dice. We'll go with that 5-3. Not that it matters. Just one of those little stitious things, or superstitious, whatever. 1, 2, 3. That does not help. Shocker. 4, 1, 5. 5 will be our new point. And just like before, we're going to drop 100 in the come. Dealer, please set me up for 96 cross. There is $4 change. And we did pull everything down this last time, so well, let's go ahead and set that up again real quick. $15 on each. 18 on a 6 and 8. $100 back over there. All right, so point is 5. We are coming out, or dice are out rather. 2 by 4, 6. This is shooter number 3. 18 will pay 21. And just for the visual thing, once again, drop $1 from your rack, take $12. Add it to the 18, that's 30. And $10 goes back to the rack. Let's see if we can get a hot shooter this time. 2, 3, 5. All right, point hit. Let's go and pay it real quick. 21. 15 pays 21. Excuse me, half of 21 is 10. We'll put that on at 15. That makes 25. And we'll clean that up and throw a green chip down. All right. And we're racking 11. So puck is off. Dice are out. Setting a new point. We got a 6-5 yo. Yo does not help in this strategy. 6-3-9 does though. So our new point will be 9. All right. Dice are out. 2-3-5. All right, so we're right back on that one. 25 will pay 35. Let's see. Yeah, let's pay that in red. Okay. 25 will pay 35. There's 25, 35. So we can put either 15 or 20 on that. I'll go ahead and just put it at 20. That brings us up to, what, 45 on the 5. And we'll rack 15. There we go. Finally got one full there. All right, dice are out. 2 by 4, 6. All right, that's another one. 30 will pay 35. And we'll pay that out in red and white. There is 30 in red. 35. 5 more in white. So we're going to bump that or press it up by 18, a half press. So that's 3 white, 3 red. Put that on there. We now have 48 on our 6. And we're racking $17. Okay, so we're going to keep a little bit more of a closer eye on it this time. We do have a couple of numbers built up here, the 5 and the 6. Let's see if we can't get maybe another couple of hits. 4-1-5. That was a good one to hit. So $45, that is what, 9 times 7 is 63. So 45 pays 63. Half of 63 is basically 30. So we'll take $30 and bump that up. Press it up. I keep saying bump. I'm sorry. It's press. So that now is at 75. We'll clean that off there. And we'll rack 30. $33. All right, so now, yeah, we're getting a pretty good amount out there. Like I said, we were going to go for maybe a couple more hits. Let's see if we can get one more. 5, 3, 8. All right, that's going to pay 21. All right, so just to be conservative, at this point, we're going to say, dealer, please take me back down to 96 across. So we'll get this kind of set back to what we were at the beginning. All right, we got 15 on each. Right, 18 on our 6 and 8. So that puts $111 into our rack. Yes, it could make us money out there on the table, but if Big Red comes, you know what? It doesn't make us anything. So let's grab a little bit of it while we can. All right, dice are out. We're at 96 across again. Still on the same shooter. We have a 1, 2, 3, no help. Right back, another 1, 2, 3. Mic check, 1, 2. Dice out. And it is see a horn, bet a horn, bet a horn. We got aces. All the craps coming out. 5, 4, 9. All right, so that is going to be our point. 15 will pay 21. Take $10 off of that, put it on the 9. That brings our 9 to 25. We'll put a green out there for that. And we're building back up again. And after a few hits, hopefully, we'll, whoops, that should have left $11 to go in the rack. Sorry about that. I was putting it back in the dealer stack. But anyway, yeah, like I said, we'll hopefully get a couple more hits and take a look again and reassess and see if we should regress. Just making all kinds of rhymes here today. All right, 1, 5, 6. 18 pays 21. And I don't have any white, so let's grab some from the off-site bank there. 21, we'll take $1 from our rack, throw it down, and build this up by $12. So that's the half press is 12 on top of 18 makes 30. We'll clean that up, trade those out for a green, and we are now at 30 on the 6 with $10 going in the rack. And dice are out. 5, 3, 8. So same thing with that one. Pays 21. 18 pays 21. $1 out from your rack. Take that, stack it up with $12, and we now have 30. 10 goes in the rack, and we'll clean that one up to make it look all nice and tidy. Green chip with a red cap. Not a bad thing. See, we got 3 green chips out here now. Not that that's a ton of money, but it's a decent amount, especially when you're, starting out with just $600. Any kind of profit is good. So that is a Yo 11, no help on that. All right, and there is a square pair, Heart 8, $35 coming to us. We're going to take a quick regression. Dealer, please take me back down to 96 across. So let's kick out those. We're going to get change for 25 there. So we can get these back up to the level that they should be at. And we're going to need more change. We need more reds. So 25 will be paid in 4 of those. Actually, 3 of those. Sorry. And 10 of the white. Because we need 3 of each to cap off our 6 and 8. Alright, so obviously a dealer at a casino is going to be able to do that a lot faster than what I did. But here we go. We got 50, 65, 6, 7, 8, 9, 69 going in our rack. And we're getting to be pretty healthy over there in the rack, so that looks good. And we're only, on shooter number 3? Nice out. Hard 6. Could we have made more money? Yes, we could have. But we got it in the rack over there, so that's good. 18 pays 21. Drop $1. And put 12 on top of that 18 makes 30. Clean it up. And we now have our build-ups going back up again. Dice are out. 6, 1, and we're done. So it's a good thing we did regress. We'll go ahead and set this back up for 96. That way we're kind of saving a little bit of time there. And puck is off. We're going to have a new shooter, new set of dice. Yes, I'm using a new set of dice every time. All right, bets are off. Not even out there. Don't even think that you see them. 6-2 or 5-2-7 frontline winner. But we're not paying the line or playing the line, so that doesn't help us. 6-4-10. Easy enough right there. We'll just turn that puck on, and we are back on. Bets are on. Let's go shooter number 3. Shooter number 3 shoots us in the foot. 6-1, and we're done. All right, so shooter number 3 is over. Again, we're just going to leave that out there. Pretend it's not there. Let's get some dice for shooter number 4. And what did we do? You know what? I didn't do. We're actually on shooter number 5, so I didn't do the $100 and then $4 change for the last shooter. I just did. All right, so we're going to get dice for the next shooter. Let's go ahead and do the pay. That way I don't forget about it. So we're on shooter number 5. And there's $4 change. So we got our 96 out. They are off. Setting a point. Box cars. 12 midnight. All the dots. No help. That was a 1. It rolled over to a 2 when it came off the chip. So 1, 2 craps, 3 craps. 5, 1, 6. 6 will be our new point for shooter number 5. And we already set up 96 across, and we did pay for it, so we're good to go. Well, let's go. Dice are out. 2, 3, 5. 15 is going to pay 21. We'll put half of that, $10 on there. That makes that 25. Swap that out for a green, and $11 goes in the rack. All right, we're getting kind of full over there. We're going to swap this out. That's 100 in red. Go ahead and get our dealer bank set up. We'll take a black chip and put that over here, which is not a bad thing. Dice out. Hard 10. All right, so 15 will pay 27. Well, I got the right amount of chips over here. 27. That's pretty easy. We'll just remove the 15, buy that 10 for 25, and we'll rack $17. And we got another full red. And see. All right, there we go. All right, let's take that. That's another 100. We'll go ahead and swap that out. Clean that up real quick. We'll clean up these white ones too. There's 5, there's 10, there's 15. All right, sorry for that momentary pause, but let's keep going. Dice are out. 1, 3, 4. Just like the 10 on the other end, we got 15 that's going to pay 27. Remove the 15, buy that 4 for a quarter, and rack $17. All right, dice are out. Hard 6, point hit, but let's go ahead and pay it out first. 21, 18 pays 21, drop $1 from our rack, take $12, make that 12, sit on the 18 for 30, we'll rack 10, and we'll clean that 30 up. And there we go. Oh, that was point hit. Okay. Point hit, puck is off. Dice out. 6, 3, 9. New point is 9. Dice out. 6, 5, yo. No help. 6, 3, 9. Right back on the point, but we will pay it first. 15 pays 21. Take half of that, $10. Put it on those, and we have 25. Clean that up, and we got a green chip out there once again. So you see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We got 5 green chips out there. What should we do? Should we regress or should we keep going? Let's take a chance. Famous last words, right? All right, we got a hard 4. 4 is going to be our new point. Let's see if we can get another hit here. 6, 5, yo. Does not help in this instance. 4, 1, 5. Okay, so that's a good one. 25 is going to pay 35, and at this point we will regress. Dealer, please take me back down to 96 across. These greens off of here. That one is good. We didn't hit the 8. All right, let's get some change. There is 75. 25, 50, 75. And we'll get set back up here. And then we're going to need some whites. So we got $5. Just 5 white. 3 for our cap on the 6. We're back down to 96 across. 75, 85, 86, $87 going into our rack. And we're still on shooter number 5. Dice are out. 4, 3, 7. Good thing we regressed. We are done with shooter number 5. We may be running a little long here, but we'll see if we can get through shooter number 6. Let's go ahead and get some dice. We'll just take a 2, 1, 3, 1, 2, 3 shocker. 5, 2, 7 frontline winner. Again, this is all off. Pretend it's not there. 1, 3, 4. 4 will be our new point. And dropping $100. Dealer, please set me up 96 across. We will then give you $4 change. And we got a bunch of white over there. We'll take care of that at the end. I know I've been trying to keep going as we're going, but we'll just wait to the end since we're running a little long. 6, 2, 8. 8 will pay, or 18 pays 21. That's the old visual thing here where we're going to take $1 from our rack, put it on here, grab $12, put it on the 18. We're now at 30. Let's clean it up. A green and a red, and $10 goes in the rack. Dice out. 2 by 4, 6. Same thing like we just did with the 8. Pays 21. $1 from the rack. We take 12. Put that on there. We're now at 30. Clean that up. Leave one red out there. Swap these out for a green. And we're putting $10 in the rack. All right, dice out. 6, 4, 10. 15 down there on the end pays 27. Again, that's kind of easy. We just buy the 10 for a quarter and we'll take $17 back to the rack. Well, easier said than done as they're falling out of my hands. Hold on to your money. Nice out. Right back on the 10. So that is good. That 25 is going to pay 50 for one. Drop a dollar. And out of that 50, we'll drop a quarter on the 10. So we're now buying the 10 for $50. Nice out. 2 by 4, 6. 30 will pay 35. And we have got, let's see, 35. Oh, actually, we're going to pay that in red. So it's 30 in red, 5 in white, and then we're going to take $18, which is basically half of 35. Put that on there. That now makes that 48. And we'll take 17 back to the rack. You see we're getting some green chips out there again. It's time to start considering regressing. Nice out. 1, 3, 4 point hit. But let's pay it off first. 15 will pay 27 on the 4. Remove that red, put that green on there, buy that 4 for 25, and we're putting 17 back in the rack. Our puck is off. Bets are off. Dice are coming out. We're setting a point. 5, 1, 6 is going to be our new point. And dice are out. 2, 3, 5. That's one of the few that we haven't hit yet. 15 pays 21. And we take 2 off of that 21, put it on the 5. That makes 25. Put a green chip on there. $11 back to the rack. All right, dice out. Ooh, should have regressed. Should have regressed. 4, 3, 7. All right, so we're done there. Let's clean this up and let's see what we ended up with. Not to drag this out too much longer than what we've drug it out already. Left a pretty good amount on the table there. Don't want to count it. All right, so let's take these reds. Let's swap that out. That's 100. Put that over there, and we'll start cleaning up some of these here. There's 5, 10, 15, 20. All right, so that's 20 in white. That'll give us 4 red. All right, let's take our reds and consolidate those. There is 55. So we'll take 2 of those, get greens. Now we can take our greens and consolidate those down. There's 100, there's 200, there's 300. And we're throwing black chips around. 1, 2, 300. Hey, looks like we made our money back. That's good. So there's 6, 650, 655, 659. So we were $59 ahead after 6 shooters. So not too bad. And you can see if we would have regressed on that last one, which I almost did, famous last words, we would have been probably a lot farther ahead, about another $100, $150, possibly. So that was it. That was the half press with a regression. The regression is just at your choice whenever you feel like you've got enough out there that you want to, hey, let's start to get a little uncomfortable here. Let's get some of that money off the table. If you got any questions or comments about this strategy, go ahead and please put them down below. I'll link Jacob's channel again at Wager Me This. You can watch him roll it out. Although I don't know if he did the one with the regression or not. The only one I saw was the half press where you just continue to press until the big red comes. So pretty cool. All right, so check out our description below. We've got some Amazon links down there. I am an Amazon affiliate. Doesn't cost you anything extra. You just click on one of the links, go to Amazon like you would normally do, and buy whatever you want, and we'll get a slight commission just as a finder's fee. So it helps us out with a small channel like this. What also helps us out is that thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed yet, please consider subscribing. Hit that bell for notifications. That way you'll be notified when we put out another video. And like I said, it does help us out with the algorithm. Smaller channel. We're still right now just under 100 subs. I think we're at 90, 91 right now as of the time of this filming. By the time this comes out, though, we may be over 100. And if we are, thank you. Thank you to the 90 that are here already. We really appreciate it. We're just trying to learn the game and take some of you guys along with us that are newbies. If any of you seasoned craps players are out there and you see me do something wrong, or maybe suggest a tweak to one of the strategies that I've rolled out that is basically somebody else's strategy anyway, please feel free, again, comment down below, tell us what we've done, tell us how we can improve it. Also got an email, crapstx@gmail.com. You can send any kind of suggestions or questions anonymously, that way you're not down there in the comments. Tell me in the email if you want me to give you any kind of a credit or anything for the question that you may have, or strategy, should I roll out one of your strategies that you suggest. So, that's it. It's been fun. This is Keith, CrapsTX. We'll see you on the next one.